Welcome to another edition of the Games Talk Live podcast. This time, Wednesday night, the After Dark edition. Joining me, of course, every week is Hargeet I. I can't wait to get into these topics tonight, Hargeet, but I just want to welcome everybody here on a new night, a new time, and I appreciate you guys for it. Now, you may hear some fan noise in the background. This won't happen every time, but it's like 100 degrees here, and I need the fan on or I'm going to just die here. So anyways, I want to kick it over to my co-host here, Hargeet. Welcome back. Another week. What have you been up to? How's life been treating you, my friend?
It's good enough. I've been playing some games, and I did another video today, and, you know, it's
nice. I've not got a chance to see it, but I definitely will check it out because I do like your insights on things. So check him out, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to Hargeet's channel. What's the name of that channel? It's in my description.
Hargeet 1.
Yeah, it's in my
right
description.
There, Hargeet 1.
Yep.
Right in my. If you look over here, Hargeet 1. There you go.
There we go. It's all on the screen, and his book is out there as well. Emergence. If you don't know about it,
Emergence.
Shop.china.us. Yeah, it's in the description as well. Go get that book as well. Subscribe to Hargeet. But yeah, I mean, here's how life's been treating me a bit. So I just got diagnosed with degenerative disc disease. So that's fun. I've got a disc in my neck that is out of whack. And it's from years of just labor, doing work at my mill for 20 plus years. And yeah, it's been giving me some problems for the past few months, and I'm working on that. There's no cure for that. There is surgery for it, but it's just to help mitigate the pain. I don't want to deal with surgery for something like that. So I'm just going to deal with pain and just try to deal with it, you know, live my life best I can. So that's all I can do. So that's fun. That's fun to deal with, but I don't want to bore you guys with that. It happens. It happens to a lot of people out there. Hargeet, what have you been playing this week, my friend?
I started First Descendant, which is kind of good. It seems okay. I haven't done too much in it. And then I wanted to finish Figment and Figment 2 that are leaving Game Pass. So I finished both of those. So that's basically what I've been playing in the middle of also going down to New York to go to King's birthday.
I saw that you did get to attend the birthday party. How was that? How was the dinner?
It was fun. It was fun.
Nice.
It was just saw me and King and Cog. So yeah.
That's awesome. Got to hang out with basically almost all of the Iron Lords. Sans Addict. Yeah.
In Virginia.
That's a hell of a time, though. That's a good time right there with Sov, King, and Cog, man. Getting to hang out with Cog and King a little bit during, you know, I was going to say E3, but the Xbox showcase and all that stuff going down in LA this year was just amazing. I can't wait to do something like that again. And you know what? It's funny. I'm actually kicking the idea around of possibly going to PAX West.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah. I'm possibly kicking that idea around. Cool. I don't know. I want to see who's going and stuff first, because I'd like to hang out with some people. It's a lot of fun, but you know, it's like it's a lot more crowded. Of course, we're gonna see. There's a lot of things going on there at PAX, so I don't know. It might be fun. I've been looking at some stuff, looking at pricing and stuff, and it doesn't look too bad. So. I also have started The Descendants after I had beat the DLC for Elden Ring. I beat Sekiro after that, and I had a blast with that. I still prefer Elden Ring's open world to Sekiro, though. I do. I don't know. I prefer it, but Sekiro is still a great game. Fantastic game. Had a great time there, and after I beat that, I was like, what am I going to play now? Next I wanted to play Flintlock, but of course that's not out till next week on Game Pass. And then I saw First Descendant. Colt was like dabbling with it, and I was like, I'll try it. So we've played a little bit here and there together. It's okay. It's mindless shooting fun. It's your typical looter shooter in your kind of hub world-esque openness, I guess. It's semi-open, but I don't want to get into the cons too fast here, but I do want to say that it's a fun shooter. It feels good. Let me just say, the Koreans out there, the developers, they do know how to make people look really attractive in their games. I'll give them that. Everybody in this game is like a model, like male or female, right? Like everybody looks good. They're all 10s in this game.
One of the things that's part of their culture. Is what it is.
It is what it is. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I don't mind playing attractive characters in games. So playing a bit of that, I think it feels good. I couldn't tell you anything about the story because I'm kind of just skipping it. I started to watch part of it and I was like, this is kind of frivolous. Like, whatever, skip. So now I'm just like skipping. Every time I go get a mission or something, I just skip and start the mission. It only seems like so far that I've only got into like 4 different types of mission. The types of missions they are. Either you're like defending something, or you're going to fetch something, or you're going to, it's just all the same. And that could kind of get boring after a while. So therein lies bringing friends over and playing with them. So I would like to play with you too, Hargeet. That, it'd be something fun in a party chat. That's what, it's mindless fun.
Yeah.
The one aspect I will say that feels kind of dead in the game is the world. Especially if you go to the part of the world wherever you're questing, if there's nobody there doing quests at the time, there's nothing to do. It's like you have to open up a quest to start anything. There's no enemies just standing around or anything. That part of it just feels kind of empty. And I wish they would work on that. It's something they can fix. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. But yes, Biff Rinaldi, he said it right. He got it right. Fonz open world tax. That is my open world tax. You got to get good with the open worlds. I want the Elden Rings and the Red Dead Redemption 2's open worlds, or Grand Theft Auto even. Love their open worlds. I like them to feel alive. That's what I like. Shout out to Web Dave. I see you in the chat. But yeah, how did you feel about the game so far? I mean, give your
I've basically
thoughts.
done the part, the beginning tutorial-ish section, and then you get to the open hub in the city area that you're in, right, where you get to figure out your next mission and all that stuff, whatever, right? There's a whole bunch of things you can go after. That's kind of where I stopped. So I haven't really done too much beyond that.
Okay.
So far so good. So good. The fighting part, like the actual shooting, is a little floaty. I don't know. It's not
a little bit. You know what it kind of reminds me of? A little bit of Anthem. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that.
In that realm.
And I think that floatiness is kind of inherent with third-person shooters, just a bit. I don't know. It's so different from first person.
Yeah. There's that. I guess, but there's when you play a Bungie game like Halo or Destiny, right? The shooting is so good.
Oh gosh.
You just, right?
You're talking about those games that are up here, the pinnacle, and then you're comparing it to
S
this.
tier, awesome, right? Shooting.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's okay. And so I'll give it it's a free to play game, right? So what the heck? I'll give it a chance. I'll keep trying to play it a bit more. What the heck? See what it does. But there's so many games I want to play, so I'll start playing all the backlog stuff.
True. As well. And that's how me and Colt are kind of taking this game. It's like, hey, this is a good filler in between games. So, like I said, Flintlock next week on Game Pass, which I'm excited for. And with that said, it's a good segue to get into our first topic. Of course, talking about Game Pass and the new, changes coming. And these changes... Well, first I want to give a shout out to Danny Passion. Danny Passion, did you drop the official? I don't see Danny Passion official here. I just see Danny Passion. Well, thank you very much for the super chat. He sends a $2 and a heart and a 100 emoji. I appreciate you, Danny. Seriously, great supporter. Awesome dude. Great guy in the community. Danny Passion was one of the first guys a couple years back, or was it early last year that you went to PC? You were one of the first Xbox guys in the community, I think, that went to PC. And I was like, oh, okay. And you kept telling me about it, and you were hyping me up for it. So I was excited. Anyways, so I am here. We're of course, this is GTL, Games Talk Live, people. We're here on a Wednesday night. Thank you for being here. Brand new night. We're talking about Game Pass and the price hike. I want to go to you, of course, Hargeet, and get your thoughts and feelings on everything that we know about this price hike now. I could go ahead and read some of the stuff out here that I've got. Let me pull it up regarding what's happening. Here's how it breaks down. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is going to $19.99 a month here in the US, up from $16.99. PC Game Pass is going up only by $2, $11.99 a month, previously $9.99 a month. Xbox Game Pass Core, the subscription that only includes online multiplayer and a small selection of games, is changing their price to $74.99 annually from $59.99. And with that, there is a new tier. They're actually getting away from the normal Game Pass console tier, and they're calling this one Standard. And this one is going to be $14.99 a month and carry with it cloud,
No
cloud,
no EA. It's just going to be the Game Pass games, no day and date.
I thought there was cloud.
Nope, and then it will have online.
Okay. So here's the thing that I've heard some people talk about, and I don't know if they're wrong either. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Some people were saying that they will include some third-party day and date in this tier.
It may. We don't know. They haven't detailed it yet.
Yeah, I have an idea. I have no idea. But knowing all this, I'm going to go to you and get your thoughts. How do you feel about it?
So, we've known that this was coming. Actually, known this was specifically coming a little bit ago. But, so does it surprise me? No. We kind of knew it was going to happen once this whole thing kind of settles down. You could say it's ABK, Call of Duty. It's possible. It also could just be inflation, right? Everybody's been going up. If you want to say the equivalent, why did the PS Plus go up on the other side? It's just inflation. It just is what it is, right? And they went up a little bit before. Now these guys are catching up. On the other hand, you could also say, hey, you are adding a whole bunch of games, right? So you're getting a whole bunch of, two new big publishers. So games from Activision and Blizzard. That should count for something as well, maybe. But look, the prices were going to go up. I'm not even sure what the point of the console Game Pass was anymore, because it used to be you could get console Game Pass and then separately get Xbox Live Gold. But when they switched it over to Core, that went away. So you have console Game Pass without the ability to play online, or you have the ability to play online by getting Core. You can't have both. So the only way to get both was to go to Ultimate. So I'm not sure how many people were even using this thing, because why, you wouldn't want to play online? I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But I think that tier just more and more just didn't make sense. And so getting rid of it makes sense to me. The replacement has Core, so you have the ability to play online. But it's $15. It just, again, it's nonsensical. You're getting rid of day and date. You're not really differentiating enough. It's console only, doesn't do PC. Fine. No EA, no cloud. It's for $5 difference, you're just getting so much more that it just doesn't really add up to me. So my take was, get rid of it. I don't understand why you have the middle tier. It's useless. Because I don't know how many people would want to sign up for that. For $15, you're paying $15. It's not like it goes from 7 to 12. It's $15. You're already in for 15. Why not go 20 and get everything? It doesn't really make any sense to me, right? So, if it was going from 5 to 10, I could kind of understand, fine. But you're already in for $15 a month. Why not just pay the extra 5 and you get EA games, you get PC and console, you get all the perks, the ultimate perks that won't be available, right? You get cloud access. it's just a better deal overall, right? Oh, and the minor thing, you get day and date, right? You totally lose it for $5. You get like you lose out on day and date. Like it doesn't really make any sense to me. That middle tier is just bogus to me. So I'd rather they just take it away. You haven't watched my video, but essentially I said was eliminate the middle tier altogether. Take ultimate and make that standard, right? That should just be standard. So you have the core, PC, standard, which is what ultimate is today. And then make a new ultimate tier. And that ultimate tier should give you new things, right? And what I would like to see is say, hey, you know what? You could have all those first-party subscriptions like your Elder Scrolls Online, your World of Warcraft, right? Your Fallout, like those things. You could just add those in and say that tier, more expensive, fair enough, would have all those subscriptions. They could even add in things like, hey, instead of getting the base level game, you get the ultimate tier of the game, right? So when Starfield came out, you get the deluxe edition or whatever the ultimate edition was. So you get the early access and all that stuff because you've paid for the higher tier, just like with Ubisoft Plus, right? You get the full edition, right? The everything edition, right? They could do that. They could also bundle in a Ubisoft Plus. They could bundle in an EA Play Pro edition instead of the standard edition. All right, they could do things like that. So you pay like $30-$35, but you get all these extra pennies. It's like, okay, that makes sense then. I'll go to that, right? And you could say like the standard tier is console only, right? So let's say I have PC Game Pass at $12. I have console only standard, which includes all the ultimate benefits except PC access. And that would be, I don't know, let's say $18, $17, 18, 19, whatever, something like that, right? And then you have the ultimate, say it's like $30. And it has everything everywhere. You get like PC, you get console, you get all the benefits, right? EA Play on PC, EA Play on console, et cetera, right? All that stuff comes into that one, right? They need to play it that way, right? When you're making a massive change, and they used to be like this, was like, hey, we're making a change, but we're going to give you these benefits. They're not really giving you any benefits here, right? They basically just said, take this price hike and shove it. Right. And like, that's not like how you really want to do a consumer facing thing. You should have a consumer benefit from whatever change you're making. Right. So that there's a what's in it for me. And I don't see that what's in it for me. They're just saying, take this price hike. Well, okay, maybe you should do something different. So that was my video, is essentially like, I would prefer a new tier that actually makes sense. Get rid of this middle tier because it's stupid. It's just, nobody's going to get this. I don't understand who would even buy that. It just makes no sense. For $15, why would you do that instead of 20?
You know what, Hargeet?
And everything.
I have to jump in here and just tell you something. I have not watched your video. I did not listen to you on Boom. And nothing against Boom or Primetime Gaming or you over there. It's only because I don't like listening to shows and stuff right before my show because I don't like to let anybody seep into my brain and me give the same answers as someone else. But holy shit, did you just tell people exactly what I was going to say? Get rid of that middle tier. It makes absolutely no sense. That tier is... So here's my thought process on it. I think that they designed it in a way to push people to go to Ultimate because it makes no sense to stay on that standard tier. It's absolutely, it makes 0% sense to stay there because you're losing out on day and date. You don't get cloud. What is the benefit there? What are you doing there on that? And here's the thing, the other thing too. A lot of people were wondering, well, when we do get the first party games, how are they going to be staggered? And so I guess Phil had said that it was going to be a case-by-case basis. Here's the funny part about this case-by-case. But no, here's why they're telling people this. They don't want you to know. Because if you know it's going to be, say, 3 months or 6 months for every game, you're going to stay. A lot of people will stay on that tier. And that's why they're doing a case-by-case basis here. They don't want you to know when these games are going to appear on that standard package because they want people to move up to Ultimate. So my train of thought is, though, just like yours, I was like, well, why even have the standard? If that's your goal to get everybody to Ultimate, just shove them to Ultimate. Or if they don't want to be there because they don't want to pay that $19.99 price, then they have the option to leave. And that is you as a business. That is your freaking, that's what you got to deal with. You have to deal with consequences in whatever you do. And in this situation, I see it being worse on people, getting things taken away from them in keeping that tier, than just saying, hey guys, we're just getting rid of everything and we're going to Ultimate. Nothing's being taken from Ultimate. It just makes much more sense than saying, you can keep that tier there you're on, but we're taking your day and date. And oh, you don't get cloud. Like, what is the point of that tier? It's stupid.
Yeah, which is, I would rather they like rejigger this a bit, right? I don't even like, it doesn't even have to be like $20 for the console tier if they take like the Ultimate and make it into standard, and just take away like PC access and say, okay, well that one goes away, or even say PC and cloud, right? And say, if you want cloud, you have to go to the Ultimate tier and it costs more. Fine. Because like, I guess how many people would say, I'm going to, go to this tier just for cloud?
Yeah, nobody,
right? So like, it's like, okay, you have a console tier, maybe it's $15, $16, $17, right? Something like that. It's stayed at $17, right? But you took away PC and cloud, right? And say, okay, now you have an Ultimate tier that includes PC and cloud, right? So you have console, PC, everything all together, plus the benefits I'm saying, right? But you pay like $30,
yeah,
right? But now you have the Ultimate tier of games, you have like, the subscriptions, right? That would have been a much better messaging. Like, I don't understand why they did it this way. This like,
it's weird.
It just makes no sense to me. It makes no sense.
It doesn't to me either.
Because at least you could sell the idea of, I've got Core plus Game Pass, right? So I take Core plus Game Pass and give it to you for standard. So basically, what Ultimate was giving me, I'm getting that for the same price. And that's
here's the thing:
standard.
how can they? And that is one of the issues I have with this tier too. And this is one of the reasons why I say get rid of it. Also, is because you're still calling it Game Pass. It is no longer Game Pass. You take away day and date. That is the core of Game Pass. That is what people love to have about Game Pass.
And people have been pointing out that Game Pass Core came along, which doesn't have it. That's fair, but like we all understood that was a conversion from Xbox Live Gold to Game Pass Core. Okay, we got it. All right, right. But the Game Pass we originally had day and date everything, right? So
now,
and that's now kind of there if you want to keep subscribing to it. If you're grandfathered in with a 13-month stack limit, right? All this crap. Like, I don't know.
So I think the estimates that we heard, and these are loose, is that 80% of all Game Pass numbers are Ultimate members on console. That they're Ultimate members. And if that's true, I think this is just a ploy for them to get those numbers a little bolstered, have those people go from standard up to Ultimate.
Subscribers are Ultimate.
Because that's what's going to happen. And even if they lose some people, I think with the extra $3 a month, I think they're still going to rake in the dough, so to speak. And we all know. I'm
surprised they don't have the higher one though, right? I guess like maybe are they afraid of the price? Because like somebody like me, I'd be happy to pay if it was $30 a month that gives me all these extra benefits. So if I can get the extra, like the subscriptions for all the other things, that'd be awesome, right? So imagine if Ubisoft Plus was included. Would you be interested in that? Imagine if EA Play Pro was included.
You know what?
Would you be interested in that?
Yeah, I would be interested in that. Yes, I would. Yeah,
right?
Of course.
So let's say it's $30 a month, but now you got Ubisoft Plus and EA Play Pro, which means every EA game you get the full bang edition day and date. You get the full bang Ubisoft game day and date, right?
The full bang edition, I like that. Yeah.
Right.
Danny Passion Official.
You get everything.
Another $2 from Danny saying console Game Pass isn't worth it anymore. Agree, Hargeet.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't agree. I agree.
Yeah, and here's one of the things that really gets me too is the fact that they kept, and I understand it, but they kept PC Game Pass pretty much the same, basically just going up $2. And here's my thought process on that. I think the reason why they only went up $2 on the PC Game Pass, and the reason why they're leaving PC Game Pass alone, is because I think PC Game Pass, and they know this, is the only place that they can really get new growth. And what I mean by new growth is new customers coming into Game Pass, period. They're pretty much tapped out on console. So they want to move everybody that's tapped out on console within Game Pass to be on Ultimate at this point. That's what they're shooting for. So I get it from a business aspect. It makes sense, but it does have the optics of looking bad towards console gamers again, making them look like second-class gamers yet again. And a lot of people out there are pointing, and you know what? We all talked about the price hike, guys. We talked about this. We've been talking about this for months, and we saw this coming. So this is why I'm not outraged, or like some people are really mad and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, yeah, you can believe it because we've all talked about it. I've literally seen people get pissed off that have said they expect a price hike. I don't get it. Like, you knew it was coming. But here's what I'm going to get at. I see a lot of people bringing this up, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. Let me share this screen. Now, this is from Phil Spencer. In late 2022, he says Game Pass will not increase its price as a result of the purchase of Activision Blizzard. But I want to make sure you understand. It says the head of Xbox said at the end of 2022 that they will maintain prices of their consoles and subscriptions, but made it clear that they can't do it forever. Now, I want to point everybody to this that nobody's sharing, because everybody's sharing this on social media. Oh my God, they lied. They lied. Phil Spencer, liar. And you know me, I don't defend corporations because I'm in love with these corporations or love these plastic boxes, because I'm not about that life. But I will bring up stuff that is factual that nobody wants to bring up. Game Pass price increases is inevitable, says Spencer. More unannounced Japanese games are in development. This, my friends, was in September of 2023. So, did he lie? Because he's telling you here, and he said it on numerous occasions. After this, he was saying that the price increase was inevitable. But everybody wants to go back to this. Hargeet, I think it's crazy that people just, they hyper focus on just the dumbest and most fanboyish stuff they can so they can have a gotcha moment. And it's not a gotcha.
Yeah, and it does, like, it's always going to be like this, right? Like the changes that happen in the industry. Okay, so let's say, like I said before, it wasn't like if it was ABK for Xbox, what was the excuse for PlayStation? Why did they just recently update their prices? Look, inflation's happening. It is what it is, and costs, unfortunately, are going up for everything. So, yeah, like, this is a 33% increase from the $15 it used to be a couple of years ago to where it is now at $20, right? Well, it's going to be in September.
Roberto Marks, he says Phil didn't lie.
What else is going up? Like,
he said Phil didn't lie. He just didn't tell the truth. You're right. He did. Look, but all these companies will lie to you at some point. Now, could you say he lied because he said this in 2022, but then changed his mind in September of 2023? My point is, people are jumping over what he said in the recent past, going all the way back to 2022 just to say, haha, I gotcha. You lied. When in fact, he told you. I mean, look, it's coming. And this is why Hargeet and I have been talking about this. It's coming.
Yeah, he specifically said it wasn't because of ABK, right? That he wasn't going to increase it because of ABK. Fair enough.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Do I feel like personally, like, do I believe that? I don't know. I know inflation is a real thing. I know inflation is a real thing, but I know there's a lot of money being left there on COD. So I get it. I understand it from that business point. But we all saw this coming because even the man himself told you on several occasions it's coming. So I don't know. So, but anybody going back to that screen, to this screenshot, just show them the other stuff. And there's other articles written out there saying that the price increase was inevitable.
There's always going to be this, like,
but it's just funny. I saw this on so many videos. I saw this screen, but nobody ever showed the other one. Nobody ever showed this. And I was like, why? Because console wars. This is why console wars are stupid. Just plain stupid.
To just focus on our benefits, right? And look, like, it kind of stinks. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, right? I don't like a price increase.
You know, I don't like it, but
you know, it almost,
it's not a good deal for us.
It almost feels like we've talked about this at least 3 times in the last 4 months. At least 3 times we've discussed how this price increase is coming.
Yeah,
And
it's coming. Right.
I think we really argued on it at the beginning, and then slowly, we were just kind of like, yeah, it's dealing with it. Yeah, it's inevitable. It's coming. And matter of fact, I think you were on this show, and you said that it would probably be $20 a month.
And I was arguing the potential to say, well, look, if Call of Duty doesn't come in, maybe the price doesn't go up. But what if the price goes up because Call of Duty comes in? And you guys are like, nope, it has to come in because of they said it was all day and date. I'm like, okay, right? And I agree. I know. I was like, yeah, it's probably going to happen, right? But then you're going to pay more, and lo and behold, what happened? You're gonna pay more. Like
that's why it was just nuts to me. And I've seen some of you Xbox guys out there. I've seen some of you guys say that this was coming and still pretend to be outraged. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I'm usually the guy yelling at the clouds and saying, how could you do this? But I'm not. I'm just sitting back laughing at people because it's like, we've talked about this for months. Why am I going to get mad about something I knew was right around the corner? It's silly. It's silly. Now, what I do say is wrong is that middle tier. That middle tier needs to go, and we both are in agreement on that. It's a stupid tier. It's dumb. I don't know. I would like to ask people in the chat, are you guys interested in the standard tier at all? The one that gets no day and date, no cloud? Yeah, we could do a poll. For sure we can do a poll. Let's do a poll. Even though it'll be skewed by people that don't really... let me see. Are you... Okay. There we go. I'll just throw that up there. It should be coming up soon. Are you staying on Game Pass Standard, or are you going to Ultimate? For those of you that are on the regular Game Pass right now on console. Shout out to Gaming Forte in the chat. Forte, I haven't seen you in a fortnight. It's been so long, man. It's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Got to have you back on the show, especially now that I'm on Wednesday nights. Sundays are no longer here. And I feel better at night. I don't know. I just feel good right now. I don't know. I'm very amped up. It feels way better than on a Sunday afternoon. Feels good. I'm sorry, Hargeet. I'm just rambling. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess what I was going back to earlier before we started getting into a tangent was about the PC Game Pass and how there I could see potential new growth. And I think they see that. And they're like, yeah, this is where we don't really want to step on too many toes. But it does, in turn, make it look bad for console gamers. Because they're stripping away day and date on that standard. I don't know. It sucks. Yeah, 86% are all...
Either way, it's an increase, right? It was $11 before, didn't include online access. And now you're making it $15 without day and date to give them online access. And it's like, ugh, that's just not a good trade-off. It's just... It's pretty bad.
You know what? I got another poll for you guys. This one's even better. Should Xbox... Oh, it won't let me do two at one time. Sorry. Let me do another one. But should they... the poll is, should they get rid of the standard? Should they get rid of the standard Game Pass? Because I feel like they should. And you and me, Hargeet, are on agreement with that. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. It doesn't. I don't know. If you guys in the chat can make a case for it, let me know in the chat. I'd like to hear your position on if you want to stay. Said that first poll was bad.
Well, there's actually some people who want it.
Yeah. Yeah. More power to... There is a lot of people out there, I guess, or I shouldn't say a lot. There are people out there who probably would just be okay with getting the backlog of games. You know, I don't know.
No EA, no cloud. right? And no day and date.
For
At
$15. Oof. Bro, that's
just
almost
nuts.
as much as we were paying for Ultimate today.
And now let me add another, fun little factoid is you can get, nice little codes online for just Game Pass Ultimate at like $25 for 3 months, which is less than $10 a month. And then if you really want to have fun, you can buy Core for much cheaper, and you get a 3-2. So for every year of Core you get 2/3 of a year of Game Pass Ultimate. So you can keep doing that too, and those are like $45 whatever for a year of Core. So you can get some really cheap access to Game Pass Ultimate. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. So once you get discount codes like online, I don't even know how much of a delta that would be. It might be like $1, right? Like $2 to get 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate versus standard. Why wouldn't you pay the $2 and get Ultimate? It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. I'm with you, Neil. Neil B in the chat says, I personally don't see a use for it. Why not just get Ultimate or PC Game Pass?
Exactly.
Yeah. 100%.
Exactly.
I wonder whose decision that was to go, hey, let's do this. Do you think that whoever came up with that thought, this won't make us look so bad if we keep the tier?
I guess.
I don't know, but
probably.
But it looks terrible. I don't know how anybody can look at that and go, that's still a good deal. Yeah, I'll stick to it.
Wow, look at the thing here. 42% want to keep it.
Yeah, it's weird. That's weird.
Awesome. Like I'm surprised that many people want to keep it.
They want to keep standard. The original Game Pass only had Game Pass in gold for $14.99.
The original Game Pass Ultimate, you mean, right? Yes.
But yeah, interesting. I'm pretty shocked at the poll numbers, to be honest. I am. Wow. Anyways, I'm not going to subscribe. I'm already subscribed to Ultimate, and the reason being is, one, my son plays on console, and he plays a lot of Game Pass, and I play on PC primarily, and sometimes on console, and I want the best of both worlds. So I got to have Game Pass in both places.
Yeah, Thatch asked this question, can you get cheaper PS Plus codes on them? I'm actually not sure if you can, because they got rid of the ability for third-party stores to sell their stuff. I don't know. That's actually a good question. I don't know if you can.
Biff Rinaldi, member of 19 months now. Thank you for being a member that long, Biff. You're awesome. He says, back in my day, you're like he's an old man. He's about to yell at a cloud here. I can feel it. He says, Game Pass Ultimate was only $15. Might switch to PC Game Pass and play there for a while. Hey, more power to you. That is the best deal, actually, is PC Game Pass.
And I highly recommend you go get like a code online instead of paying monthly. It's just so much cheaper. It just doesn't seem like it's not just go to CD Keys or
you can buy a 3-month code and get it cheaper. Yeah, you can buy
1 month or 3 month or whatever.
And then you can just stack them.
Cheaper. Yeah, and you can stack up to 3 years. It's a way cheaper way to do it. And you can just look for deals. Sometimes they're down to like $20, $22 for 3 months. Pick it up, get a bunch, and then just you're good for a while. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, even at $19.99 a month though, Game Pass Ultimate is still the best value.
Yeah.
Sorry, just is. I saw somebody earlier in here saying that PlayStation's was the best value now because they're up their price to $240 a year. But I'm like, nope, they don't have day and date. What's the point?
Yeah.
To me, it's not about the backlog. It's about the future. It's about what I'm getting today. I want new games, and that's what I need. But I mean, I don't know if you have anything else to say on this topic, but I really do think we see a lot eye to eye here. Get rid of standard, with Ultimate.
The only thing Yeah, the only thing I say is if you're gonna do this, well, give us benefits instead of just saying here's a price increase, right? Like, be creative and come up with new things that you can give us at even a higher cost is fine as long as the benefits are good, right? So make sure you give us something cool, and then a higher tier makes sense. And then I'm hoping you get more money out of it, but we also get benefits, and we're happier to pay the extra money because I'm getting something I want, right? It's got to be a quid pro quo. This is like, just give us a stupid price increase. It's
Exactly.
like, that's like everybody does that. Like, I don't want that. Like, give me something cool. Make it fun for us.
You know, that's what I was trying to explain. Like, I was talking to Colt and Soccer and Gaz. We were talking in a chat, and I was telling them, I was like, you know, the way I look at it is just like with every other subservice out there, it's all about value according to you. And if it speaks to you, then get it. If it doesn't, leave it. Like, here's the best thing about these subservices. You can leave after a month. You can just bounce. Every month, you can look at it. You can look at it 3 months out and go, is there any games there for me in the next 3 months? No? Okay, well, then I'll wait. I'll get it in the 4th month. It's that simple. I do this all the time with my other subservices. It can be done here with Ultimate as well. I mean, that's the way I look at them. It's like, and this is why I think, even though you can get a really good value online and you get several months and then you stack them, I am not the type to want to stack for years. And the reason being is, what if they make changes to where you don't even get day and date at all? You know, even on Ultimate, like, I don't want to be stuck with a service I don't want to use for 3 years. So I won't do that. But 3 months, if you can get it cheap, 3 months is good. I don't know. That's the way I look at it.
Still available out there, folks. Like $25-ish for 3 months. Go get it.
Fantas Archer, thank you for the super chat. $5 here. Says, opinion. Should Xbox have Game Pass with a standard day and date version with online and pay for additional features like Sling did with small fees for each? Oh, kind of like a la carte. What do you think about that? If you can like pick features you want, I think that's too much. I think people get kind of confused when that starts to happen.
Yeah,
I think they should just have.
I don't want like a whole menu smorgasbord. Like, that kind of stuff is annoying enough for somebody who's like an adult customer trying to figure that out. Imagine your kid is telling you, "I want this feature and this feature and this feature." It's like, dude, come on. Like, no. Make it simple. I have this tier and I pay this much and I'm done. Right? I think that's, I don't know. Like, for this, I'm not sure I would like the a la carte thing. It's an interesting thought, but
yeah,
I'd rather just have a
just like most console gamers, they don't want to tinker with PC and stuff. Like, you're gonna have them tinkering with, you know, stuff with all these subservices and having a la carte and all this. Nah, it's not the way to move. That's not the move. I personally, shout out to the 128 people in the chat right now. Hit that like button if you like the show tonight, or just hit the like button if you like Hargeet's beard. I would appreciate that very much. He's got an epic beard, so hit that like button for that. Danny Passion Official with a 5 says, the problem is Microsoft doesn't have competition on console subscription. On PC with $20, we can buy multiple game codes on CD keys. That's why PC Game Pass is $12. Yeah, of course. But it's also, like I said, it's due to them being able to grow there. They can get, there's a lot of potential there for growth on PC. Because right now, I think the majority of Game Pass subscribers are on console. And they are on Ultimate. So that's the reason for the $3 price hike on Ultimate. I mean, they're gonna recoup some of that COD money they're losing for sure. And you can think what you want on that situation. I'm not telling you what to think. Inflation is a thing, but also so is COD. Yeah. COD is a real thing, and it makes a lot of money, and there's a lot left on the table. $3 extra a month is going to recoup some of that. So, yeah. I'm doing well, Cassie. Thanks for asking. She said, hit that like button. Listen to Cassie. She said, hit the like button, or she's going to come over to your house and hit you upside the head. Oh man. Now let's move on. Let's talk about a little bit of controversy over something else. Let's talk about AC Shadows and this petition. There's a petition filed for Japan on change.org, and it's gaining a lot of momentum. It started out very slow, but now it's like 80 plus 100,000 or something. It's a lot of people that are trying to get this game banned in Japan. And the reason being, of course, Yasuke, the African samurai in the game, it's not historically accurate, they say. Now, of course, I can't really say if it is, because I don't know the history, and I know I've tried to look up the history. I really have. I've tried to do this, and I've looked up all kinds of different stuff, but there's stuff like Wikipedia that tells you he was, and anybody can manipulate Wikipedia. That's the problem with these online tools. Like, they could say one thing, but who's saying it? And why are they saying it? I've watched videos from people in Japan, Japanese people, that were talking about how this is not historically accurate at all, that basically the guy was just a helper of a samurai, a well-known samurai. He wasn't a samurai himself, and they feel like it's being disingenuous to their culture. I can't tell them how to feel. However, what I can tell all these folks out there in Japan is it's a video game. It's a video game. Ubisoft is not the place to go for historical accuracy on anything. It's a video game. And this is what blows my mind.
Historical stuff, but it's like, is Ezio really, was he talking to, is it Da Vinci, I believe, right? Was that really real? Exactly. Did that really happen in history?
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Exactly. Hey, well,
Like,
I'm basically running up walls, jumping rooftop to rooftop in the game, stabbing people in a secret society. It's not historical.
I mean, look, I also hear that a lot of the people that are complaining from Japan happen to be expat people from around the Western world who happen to live in Japan. Which, okay, that's just even more funny. First, I don't even know how much it resonates, this game, at all. Like, Assassin's Creed, does this resonate in Japan? I haven't heard anybody tell me that this is a big game in Japan. I don't think it is. So, I don't think they care at all. To be honest, I don't think they care at all. The people that do care are Western people who play the Assassin's Creed games. And it's hard for me to care because, like, yeah,
no,
look,
I understand. It's
like,
exactly, and mind you, I'm very respectful. I've listened to people and their complaints. Fine Japanese people talking about it, and at the end of the day, all I can come away with is it's a video game. Calm down.
Yeah.
That Ubisoft is not the be all and end all. They're not the ones to tell you what's historically accurate and what's not. And I don't think that's what they're trying to do with their video game. I think they're just saying, hey, he was a figure in history, which he was, and this is their take on him. There has been a lot of takes on Yasuke. He's been in books, he's been in TV shows, he's been in all kinds of different things. It's not a big deal. I don't see the outrage. I don't see what's the point?
Look, I mean, if you don't want to play it, don't play it. That's the easy answer. Outside of that, it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know, in some cases, I understand the controversial stuff. They also made him gay, which that was not true, but they decided they had to do that. Like, okay, fair enough.
In the game?
But
really?
Yeah.
I did not hear about that. That's funny.
So, okay, fair enough, right? Whatever. But, like, you know, if you're gonna be outraged, you're gonna be outraged. Like, this is the kind. So don't buy the game. Look, I'm not playing the game just because I got sick of Valhalla. Valhalla pissed me off. I'm done. I'm not playing these games.
What made you mad about Valhalla?
That level is just getting ridiculous.
I liked it. I Valhalla.
Couldn't stand the game. First, I hated the protagonist. I can't stand what you were doing. You're going around and destroying people's lives for nothing. Like it's the 100% opposite of what Assassin's Creed
It's
was
the
supposed to be.
Vikings, though. That's
I
what
don't
they
care.
did.
I don't
They
want
were.
to play as that.
Oh
The whole
man.
point of the Assassins was you don't see us. We're doing stuff in the background to keep civilization working. That was the intent. It was not this ridiculous, I'm a warmongering asshole who's going to take over your shit and then kill you. It's like, I just couldn't even stand the character. On top of that, the game was 5 bazillion hours long for no reason. And I'm like,
It was long.
Stop this crap. Oh, it was so bad. I couldn't take I finished it, but it sucked. And I'm like, I'm done. I will not pay them for these kind of crap games. I'm done.
I love
Mirage,
Ubisoft.
yes.
I love Ubisoft. I love
hell with
Ubisoft,
that.
man.
They
I don't know.
way overbloat these games.
I
1,700
like to bloat.
hours to finish the main campaign. Screw yourselves. I'm done. I don't need that. Try 20 hours. That's more like it.
I like it. And you know what, Wall diggity. Bayek was the GOAT. 100%. I think Bayek is one of the best protagonists.
Yeah, up to
ever.
Odyssey, I was good.
I love Bayek.
I could tolerate. I could tolerate Origins being different. I'm like, hey, but this is the Origins. That's the origin story. I get it. Cool. It's different. I get it. Odyssey was like a way past. Like, okay, fine. Well, I'll get it. I'll deal with that. It was still a little off, but it was fun too. But this Valhalla, I'm like, no, no, I'm good. I'm done.
It's very weird because even like, I mean, I don't see anybody complaining about how Japanese developers create a lot of characters that look very westernized instead of like themselves.
Which happens all the time.
All the time they do that, you know. And X Music in the chat says Capcom game designer Yoshiki Akamoto supports Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, a lot of other Japanese folks do too. I've seen people that are for the game as well, just saying, hey, it's a video game, kind of just being sensible about it. But yeah, I just that's what I come away with. It's a video game, people. It's a video game. Calm down. Not really more to say on that, but I don't know. Anything else you got to talk about tonight, Hargeet, for this first show back?
Did we have a lot? There were only minor things.
There really was
a lot going on. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was any major topics that we haven't, because it's been like a week and a half, right? We haven't really had an episode. Right?
You're right.
So,
it has been because we didn't do a show Sunday because tonight was the night.
Yeah, I can't even remember what the hell has been going on.
Yeah, it's the big news was really Xbox Game Pass. And again, as you heard our takes, we're, we saw it coming a mile away, but we're both in agreement that the standard tier is stupid. It's.
I mean, you have the whole sales thing that came out. Whatever, I guess.
Sales. What's sales?
Yeah, the console sales.
Do I look like a PlayStation fanatic? Do I look like a PlayStation fanboy right now because they care about the sales? I don't care about the sales. Not the console sales. That's weird. Game sales, I understand. I can get with that a little bit. Game sales are important. Console sales are important too. Don't come at me for that. But they're not as important as game sales. Once the console's out, it's like it's out. I want to see the games. I want to play the games. Danny Passion said he likes this new schedule. Yeah, I found that a lot of people told me they'd rather me be on Wednesday night than Sunday afternoon. And that works out because guess what happens every freaking year, Hargeet? Football. Football kills us every year. And you know what else kills us for some folks? Sith Lord, I'm looking at you. The Indy 500 on a Sunday. NASCAR on a Sunday. People would rather watch NASCAR than that epic beard of yours. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, there's also those rumors of some new games coming to, not new games, but some of the ABK games finally coming to Game Pass. I don't know if we talked about that last time or not. But there's like Crash is potentially coming in. Maybe Marvel Ultimate Alliance is coming in. There's there any others? I mean, there's the big rumor now
Modern
that
Warfare.
Modern Warfare 3.
Yep.
Right, Modern Warfare 3 is coming.
Hey, how did people like Modern Warfare 3? Because somebody was telling me that on Metacritic it was only like a 58. Was that not a good Modern Warfare?
Sucked, right? It was like one of the lowest rated Modern Warfare. Call of Duties.
Yeah.
So.
When did that come out? Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty.
Is it November something? 5th, 6th, something like that?
November something like that. So it was last year, 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? I'll be playing the campaign at least because I haven't played a Call of Duty campaign for a long time, years.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play the campaigns because I've been told by so many people. A dealer used to tell me all the time, play the campaign for the COD like 4 years ago. And I never did because I didn't want to buy the game just to play the campaign because it was like a 5-hour campaign. I didn't think it was worth it.
That'll be in Game Pass, right? Hopefully we'll get more of them in Game Pass. But yeah, I haven't played a campaign since Vanguard, like 3 years ago. Because that was when the whole case against ABK from California started.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm not going to support the company. So, and then they got the acquisition note. And I'm like, well, I will just wait now. It'll be coming to Game Pass. I will wait till Game Pass has these games and then I'll play them. So.
Stage 1X says, excuse me, he says, didn't Microsoft tell the FTC that COD wouldn't be the reason for the price increase of Game Pass? Now COD hits Game Pass in October and they're doing it in September. Yeah, wink, wink. It's inflation. It's inflation. There's all kinds of stuff they can go with. I mean, look, they can just point fingers over, and I don't want to do this. I'm not saying this because it's a fanboy talking point, but PlayStation upped the price of their service last year. Everything that you're buying lately has been increased in price. Matter of fact, Hargeet, I've noticed at the grocery store, and this is unrelated. I'm sorry, but I got to talk about this just for a second. I was buying the same amount for a box of nuggets for my kids. Okay, same amount, same price, and I thought, oh, okay, this didn't go up. And then I brought it home, and I noticed when I was putting it away, I go, why is the old box that I'm removing look a lot bigger? It's a lot smaller. So they're giving you less for the same price. And they're doing this with a lot of products. I looked it up and I was like, holy crap. This is insane.
Suddenly you get a little bit less in the box. That's been happening. They've been doing that, all over the place.
Yeah. And I started to see, because I was looking into it, and some people were like even weighing their meats and they weren't even right. They were getting less. It's great. Yeah, I was getting some nuggets for my kids. Who doesn't like dino nuggies? Who doesn't? Like, come on. No, I can't eat them. I haven't eaten.
Hey, yeah, I mean, that's like, it's everywhere. It is what it is, man.
Shrinkflation. I love it, Biff. I love it. Anyways, I don't think we really have much more to go on tonight. We really don't. It's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, the other stupid thing was like the outage, which.
The outage. You know what? That was a big. Look, I want to talk about that a bit, just a bit. So when it went out, I was out the whole day. I was door dashing with the wife, and we came home, and I heard that it was out that day, and it was out for like 8 hours or something. And of course, you get the normal fanboy talking points back and forth. You get PlayStation guys laughing at Xbox guys, but Xbox guys are sitting there denying that they were out for the full 8 hours. No, mine was only out a half an hour, or mine wasn't out at all. And just crap that a lot of them like to act like. Anyways, so when they did that, I just made a post and I was like, isn't it nice to pay for a service that's down? I just being sarcastic. And I put it out there, and I got so much hate from both sides. It was weird. But I was just being sarcastic. I was being playful. It wasn't even serious because I wasn't mad about it. It doesn't bother me. Now, if I was to come home from a long day of work, and I only had that time to play a game, and it was out, yes, of course I would be pissed. I would be upset. That would be frustrating. But here's where I get upset some days. It has nothing to do with that, and I can't get on my games at all when the power goes out or when the internet goes out. And guess what? Those two things happen more often within a year's time than your Xbox or your PlayStation going out. Those happen more often. At least they do in my neighborhood. So it's like it happens. People want to complain, oh, we pay for this. You pay for your power. Yet it still goes out sometimes. Shit happens. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's not a big deal. If this is a reoccurring thing every month, you've got an outage at Xbox, yeah, pitchforks need to be brought out. But when it's one day in a freaking 2-year span or whatever, calm down. Everything goes out sometimes. And the best servers out there, sometimes it happens. It's weird. I don't know, Hargeet. I'm just rambling.
I'm not as annoyed by it. Now, should they try to compensate for it? Sure. But look, this is most likely because it wasn't reported as a hack, so I don't think it was. I think it probably was just a config glitch, an expired search, something stupid like that somebody had to go fix. They just have to track down where the hell the issue was and fix it, right? But it took a while to do it. So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
it got fixed. We're back up and running. So yeah,
touch
whatever.
Grass,
It'd be nice if they did a compensation thing though. That'd be nice, like a free game
grass.
or something like that.
Touch grass. No, you know what's funny about the compensation thing? Here's the thing. No company does that. Your power, your internet goes out. They don't really do nothing. They don't give you anything. They don't say, hey, guess what? Since your internet was out for 2 days, you don't get crap.
Yeah.
You don't get crap. At least Xfinity don't care.
One other story that may be interesting, that at least to me was kind of interesting, is Totillo interviewed the lead designer of Horizon, the PlayStation, Guerrilla Games game, and talked about the Lego Horizon coming to Switch but not Xbox. And his response was, and quote, we don't really have anything to announce about Xbox right now. And the reason that's interesting is like, hold on a second, like, are you saying Lego Horizon's coming to Xbox? Like, because why wouldn't you just outright say no, right? We're not doing that, right? And so that just seems very odd that they would say that. So
I wonder why.
I guess from that you would speculate that maybe Lego Horizon will come to Xbox, right? Because they didn't just outright say no. Because like with Spider-Man, that happened before. They said, "Is this going to come to any other platform?" And they're like, "Nope, it's not." Right? And I think it was specifically to PCs. Like, it's coming. No, we don't do that. And then later, of course, it did happen. But that was
or maybe it's something else.
Changes. But just, I mean,
maybe it's
like
something
any games, right? Because I think they're going to open the floodgates now that they've done the Switch port for this. And it's doing a day and date, right? And you're like, well, why wouldn't you do other ones too? And so, but at least Lego, you gotta expect it. Like, the answer there seems pretty open to the idea that it might be happening. Maybe Lego Horizon does come to Xbox. Maybe not at launch, but maybe it comes in 6 months, a year later. That's pretty amazing. Like the not no answer is pretty amazing, right? So I would say keep your eyes open for the next year or two. I think PlayStation's going to look very different. I think they're going to look very different. I expect them to put more games on other platforms, and people need to I know the PlayStation side keeps all their narratives keep getting destroyed, but I think this one's coming because look, they already did it with Switch, and that not answer there, that sounds a lot to me like they're willing to put stuff on Xbox. I think Hiroki Togi's like, I don't care, I want money, and I don't want things sitting on a shelf. So if Lego Horizon's been out for a year and you can get me more money and put it on Xbox, you're putting it on Xbox. Because like that answer just seems incredibly different. Like you do not see that from PlayStation ever. It's always been Xbox now, right? That was not what he said. Like
No.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but who knows? We could see other games there from PlayStation. Yeah, look, I think that's all we have for tonight. We really don't have much else. I apologize for such a short show tonight, but you know what? When there's more news, we will be here next Wednesday, and there's no time limit. I we can stay here for a couple of hours. It's just nothing to really talk about. It's pretty dead. We talked to death about the Xbox Game Pass thing, and I think that's, we can't really say much more on it. Anyways, with that said, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Hargeet, thank you, my friend. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Well, here on Wednesdays at 10 p.m., 7 p.m. Pacific, for Games Talk Live. And you can subscribe to my channel, which is Hargeet I on YouTube. So you can, subscribe there if you like, and check out some of my videos, including the one I just did today on what I thought about the price increases. And then if you want, you can check out my book, Emergence. And it's a sci-fi novel. You can go to shop.china.us. It'll point you to the Barnes & Nobles and the Amazon pages for where you can pick it up in your country. And if you want to get a signed copy, you can do that as well. And then there's some merch if you like it. And then, I'll be on C-Money and Doodles night shift on Friday at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern. That's on point for gamers. So check that out.
Yes, and the link for his book and his YouTube channel can be found in the description of this video. So check him out, Hargeet Chani. He is everywhere. He's on everybody's podcast. Yeah, he's everywhere. Anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and thank everybody that listens on demand. I appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, game on. Can I end this show? Yeah, I can.